Hello all, welcome on into your tarot spread for the week ahead. This is for the week of February 23rd, 2026. I can't believe we're in the last week of February already. 2 months of the year have flown by. If you are interested, on February 27th, this Friday, February 27th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to be doing a live reading and a little bit of a workshop on some cards for the year ahead, and talking a little bit about the numerology of tarot, or how we get certain cards for the year that can be our guides, and we'll talk about how we find out what our birth cards are based on our birthdays and years. Everyone has a card of the major arcana that corresponds to your birth date. So obviously there's only 22 major arcana cards, so they're not, completely unique and individual to you, but it's just more of a way of using a card as a guide, and using that energy to support you in your life, which is not a bad thing. So if you're interested in that, I will put a link in the description here, on this video. It is a paid reading, or there is a cost for reading, just so everyone knows that up front. But I think it should be a good time. And that's our first card already let me make sure I've got that in camera. I do. This week I am using the Mindscapes Tarot by John A. Rice. This is a deck I come back to often. The art on the card is based on original artwork that John A. Rice did, which I think is beautiful. I love when a deck creator is also the artist for the card, and that creates all of the pieces of art for the deck, which is an amazing endeavor. And I like the energy of the deck. It's quite peaceful. There's a lot of nature. There's a lot of color variation, which I like. And I really enjoy working with it. Used it a lot last summer when I first got it. All right. Let's see what we've got. If we don't get another jumper, we will start pulling. And I think we're going to do that. So we will cut the deck. And we will start pulling. Those are our cards. So we have, as our card for the week, our overarching theme for the week, we have the Star. And the Star is a really beautiful card to me. To me, it always indicates having hope when things might seem a little dark. It can quite literally be the light at the end of the tunnel for you. It can be a bright spot that encourages hope, that encourages a feeling of peace. It is knowing that you've been through some tough things, but you will heal from it. And spoiler alert, I see some of our cards coming up are going to really tie into this. But really the Star is about finding hope and healing and a sense of peace and optimism wherever you can and however you can. But usually it is by having been through something and then healing from it. So that is the Star for our theme of the week. For Monday, we have Knight of Stones, as it's called in this deck, but that would be analogous to Knight of Pentacles in a traditional tarot. And this card has come up for us before. It's always amazing to me how that happens, but this is our slow and steady card. This is our knowing that we're ready to take the journey, but maybe we've got a little bit of work to finish up. Maybe we just have to be brave to go out and saddle up our horse and ride away. It's within sight. Where we're going is in sight. We just have to make the steps and make the effort to get there. And it might not be easy. This horse might try to run away when we get close to it. It might move farther. That finish line might keep moving farther. But it is our job to consistently pursue it, to consistently show up, to consistently do the work, and we will get there. We might not get there as easily or quickly as we want to, but we will get there. And that's for today, Monday. For Tuesday, we have one of those cards I was talking about that probably is going to work really well with the star. And this card in the deck is Three of Spires, which would be Three of Swords in a traditional deck. And I believe we had Three of Swords last week too. And Three of Swords really is about some deep emotional healing, really needing to be gentle with yourself. Let yourself feel the emotion of whatever it is. Let yourself release it. Let yourself process it. Take the time. Don't just be like, oh, I'm over that and move on. This isn't about sweeping our emotions under the rug. It really is about taking that deep time to heal and to release and to get to that point with forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for others, where you do feel a sense of peace, a sense of hope, and are ready to move on. So that would be our Tuesday, Three of Spires or Three of Swords. You've got to feel it to heal it, I like to say. For Wednesday, we have the World. Yes, that's right. We're giving you the World on Wednesday, February 25th. And the World is the last card in the major arcana. It's the be all and end all of the journey that you take with tarot. The journey does start again. Let me just say that the journey does start again. But for now, whatever it is, maybe whatever it is we've healed, maybe whatever it is, that we're processing, we're at the end of that. We really are. This has been a transforming experience. This has been a learning experience. This has been an experience where we have grown. We probably have better self-understanding because we've been through this. And even if life is not perfect, we have become better in some way by going through this, and we're ready for what's next. We're ready to say, I'm done. I'm healing. I'm releasing, and I'm ready to move on to what's next. For Thursday, we have the Tower, which I believe actually can work kind of nicely in conjunction with the World. We're ready for this ending. And sometimes endings can feel a little chaotic. Sometimes they can feel a little unpredictable. Sometimes they can feel a little uncertain, a little disruptive, a little like rug pulled out under your feet. And again, the advice here, slow and steady. We don't have to rebuild it in one day. We don't have to achieve perfection in life in one day. We can take our time. We can be patient. So whenever this hits, whatever this is, this feeling of chaos, this disruption, this rug pulled out from our feet when this hits, we can absolutely know that slow and steady, we're going to get there. It's a journey that had to end anyway. It's a journey, it's a period, it's a phase in life that had to end anyway. We might be upset about it. We might be hurting, but we will heal. We will heal. Whatever this all is, we're going to heal from it. There's hope. Follow that light. Follow that star. Follow that guide. And we will get there. For Friday, we have Ace of Branches or Ace of Wands. And I sort of like here that we have this lone little sapling or seedling here. Because sometimes all it takes is that one little thing, that one little spot of growth, that one little spark. And it will turn into an absolute blaze of creativity, of passion, of ideas. But we've got to honor the growth here first. We've got to take the time. We've got to do the work to tend to this little tree and make it grow into something. But the important thing right now is that we notice this, that we notice this spark, that we notice this little inkling of an idea, and we pay attention to it. Maybe because you've been going through this, you haven't felt a spark in a while. Maybe you haven't felt like creating. Maybe you haven't felt like being enthusiastic or passionate about things in your life. And Ace of Branches is telling you, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and notice those sparks. Go ahead and notice what truly lights you up right now. and because we're going through it a little bit. So pay attention to what truly lights you up and what truly feels good right now. And you can ignore the rest. I mean, don't ignore your job or your family, but anything that's not necessary and doesn't feel good, go ahead and ignore that and pay attention to these little sparks. Pay attention to these little inklings that you get. On Saturday, we have Three of Tides in this deck, which is Three of Cups in a traditional tarot. And I think we had Three of Cups. Actually, I think we had Three Cups in this position last week too. But really, this is about connection. This is about connection that feels good. It's often friendships. I think I say this every time this card comes up. It's often friendships or referring to friendships, but really it could be any relationship that makes you feel good, that supports you, that feels like you're celebrated and that you're celebrating in it. So hey, pets count. Pets count, your kids count, your parents count, even though it usually is friendships, but anything relationship or connection that boosts you and makes you feel better counts. And really take some time on Saturday, especially if you've been in this position where it feels kind of rough. You're hurting, things feel chaotic. Reach out to the people here that you know that are in this circle, that are in this pod, a pod of dolphins. Reach out to the people that you know in your pod who are really going to be supportive, who are going to make you feel better, who are going to boost your energy, who will really listen. That's a great energy to lean into for Saturday. It's great energy to lean into for the entire week, but that was our card for Saturday. And for Sunday, we have the Six of Pentacles. And this is a card about knowing, examining our relationship to giving and receiving. Where are we putting our resources, our time, our energy? Where are we putting all of that? Where are we getting more resources, more time? What is giving us energy? What makes us feel good physically? Because the stones are about, or pentacles are about, what makes us feel good physically. What foods make us feel good and what foods don't make us feel so good. What movement makes our body feel good? What doesn't make our body feel good? So really take some stock of how you're spending your resources. And like I said, those resources could be more energetic, like we're taking a walk versus a kickboxing class, which one feels better? And notice where your energy is going. Again, in the sort of thing with the Ace of Wands here, or the Ace of Branches, what really lights you up? What are those sparks that are kindling for you? And how can you put more resource to that? How can you put more energy to that? Where's the give and take there? Where's the balance? Are you giving too much? Are you taking too much? So these are all good things to look at with Six of Pentacles or Six of Stones in this deck. So that is our reading for the week of February 23rd, 2026. And like I said, it's this week could be a little chaotic. This week could be a little sad, a little emotionally upsetting, a little anxiety provoking, a little frustrating. It could feel like we're not in control. It could feel like it's a little chaotic. But I love that the star is our weekly energy, our anchoring energy here, because the star really is, like I said, let's pay attention to the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's pay attention to processes, energies, people, situations that feel healing. Let's pay attention to hope, optimism, a little positive energy, and really look for that guidance, those lights in the world that feel good. And again, I think just our energy here is we're going to get there. We are going to get there, whatever this journey is, even if it's feeling a little bit of a hellscape right now. We will get there. You've got the tools. You've got the tools. Just slow and steady. Keep up. And lean on your friends. Lean on those sources of support. If you can't give as much right now and you need to take a little bit more, that's okay right now. But it's important to be aware of that. It's important to be aware of how you're spending your resources and energy. And again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you who takes the time to watch these videos. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you'd like. I also do private readings. And I love to do private readings for people that are delivered as a video, just like this. And if you are interested in that, you can book via my website, which is in my profile. And I will see you all next week. Have a great one.